Hi guys, welcome to the Original Gamers UK. I'm going to be showing you my entire collection of gaming soundtracks and CDs. This is going to be quite a long video, so yeah, if you want to make yourself a drink or get something to eat first, I definitely advise that because I'm not sure how much you can see of the table, but I've got 4 different piles, all in kind of any order. Some of them are from collector's editions, some of them are just general CDs that I've bought either here or when I was away in Japan. So yeah, so if you didn't know, I'm a pretty big fan of video game music, and there's a lot here. So let's just get straight to it. I'm just gonna talk about some of them, but not all of them. So any of the ones that I think are particularly good or have a special story I'll talk about, but I can't talk about them all. Otherwise I say it's gonna be an already long video, and that'll just make it too long. So yeah, let's go for it. So the first one I'm going to go for is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. It's quite unique in the sense that it's not a CD like that, it actually has that. And it's 2 discs. Snake Eater being one of my favourite themes to any game ever, so obviously I had to have that. Now these two... oh, I did say they weren't in a particular order. I can't find the other one, but here you go, Kingdom Hearts 2.5. Now these on Amazon, if you go on Amazon and have a look for how much the soundtracks go for Kingdom Hearts 2.5 and 1.5, it is stupid. So I can definitely tell you that's not where I got mine from. Definitely not. It's quite a strange one, pick up from Japan, piano opera. It's not really opera, it's just kind of classical versions of Final Fantasy songs from 1 to 3. Some of them have vocals in, but most of them don't. Okay, the next one is one of my personal favourites, and that is Piano Collection's Final Fantasy 13. I have this in the background to a lot of our videos. It'll probably be on the background now, just so you know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, as I say, I can understand that people don't like Final Fantasy 13, but I couldn't understand you not liking any of the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack to that game is amazing. And also, you'll notice a lot of the time I've got the spine cards. I think for like literally 90% of these. If you don't get the spine card to it, no, you need the spine card. Very important. Legend of Zelda 25th Anniversary. This came with the collector's edition of Skyward Sword. So that's a nice one to have. Some more Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts tribute album. Remixes and remasters of songs from the game. I think they've got like an 8-bit one in there. Yeah. Bit of a disappointment was the 20th anniversary edition of Sonic. You know, to be fair, it does have the track listing on the back, so I kind of should have realised that most of the tracks to it aren't from the older games. That's what I don't play any of the modern Sonic games. It's all about the classics, I've got to say. And then the Final Fantasy 13 one. Now this is an odd one. This is one that has like demos and soundtracks that they had on like special trailers, so like the E3 trailer, Tokyo Game Show, and you can kind of see the progression that they had until the final product was released. So definitely a nice one to have in the collection. Final Fantasy hits again, and this is Final Fantasy 3. Has one of my favourite songs of any of the Final Fantasies. It's with translation it kind of changes, but they either call it like Maiden of Water or Priestess Aria or Aria. I'm not too sure, it kind of changes on what version you get. It also came with a DVD. So that's the... what was that? Oh, just some bubble wrapping. I was like, what is that? Xenoblade Chronicles. One of the best RPGs, definitely on the definitely one of the best RPGs on the RPG. Definitely one of the best RPGs on the Wii, but also I think of all time. Xenoblade Chronicles, that is a truly fantastic game. And that's a 4-disc one there, so a bit of a beast. Persona 4. Persona 4, a lot of people class this as the best RPG ever, and damn I can understand why. The storyline in this game is definitely something else, and Persona 5 on the horizon, can't wait for that. 2 discs of pure joy to the ears. That is incredible. I wanna be the very best. I don't need to say anything else, it's Pokemon. Yeah. Street Fighter compilation chiptune remix. These have some of the best songs on ever. The remixes on here. If you don't know the intro that we have, you know it's got our Twitter and YouTube at the very start of all the videos. The Gal theme is from this album, if you're wondering, and yeah, as expected, it was a pickup from Japan because, you know, why would we have good stuff over here in the UK in like terms of soundtracks? It's not something that we do. You know, you can't walk into like a HMV and be like, oh yeah, I'll just go and grab some soundtracks of games. It doesn't happen. Whereas in Japan, it's obviously just the norm. So now, as you all know, my favourite game ever, Dragonforce on the Sega Saturn. So I had to collect the official soundtrack, and then this is an oddball one. I didn't even see this when we were in Japan. It says Genesis of Dragonforce, and it's demos, early beta versions of songs. Some of them made final products and some of them were never ever used. So yeah, they're both nice to have, and as I say, it's really nice to have the collection for my favourite game. We had Xenoblade Chronicles, and then there's Xenoblade Chronicles X. Another 4-disc beast. And then we've got Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to look forward to on the Switch. I actually hope that happens. It kind of all depends on how well the Switch is going to sell, so we'll see, but that game is still a ways off. And now I've got a section near me they're from like collector's editions, they're not standalone CDs. So, Tales of Berseria. Tales of Berseria soundtrack. Tales of Zestiria, Steelbook. And is that the soundtrack? That's the DVD. There's the soundtrack. Tales of Exilia 2. We have a Tales of fan here. And game and soundtrack. Now I'm going to say this is the only non-official one in my collection. The CD could be, I don't think it is. Short story, I basically got it from Amazon. The guy was like, oh, it's Final Fantasy IV, the soundtrack to Final Fantasy IV. I ordered it. It has all the songs on, but it's on one disc, and it didn't even come with, you know, Final Fantasy III is obviously the official thing. It comes in like the actual box that it should come in. Final Fantasy IV. There you go. Enough said. Street Fighter V. My favourite theme from Street Fighter V is Karin's theme. Weirdly enough, I don't think anyone out there ever chooses a character for the music, but I actually mained Karin for the entirety of Season 1 really until Guile came out, so the reason why was because of the music theme. Don't think anyone's ever done that before, but you know, I'm a bit strange like that. Chrono Trigger. Not really much to say apart from, is this one of the best video game soundtracks of all time? Yes. Yes it is. Yeah, nothing more can be said that hasn't been said about this already. Absolutely incredible game with an incredible soundtrack to boot. Please give us more. Chrono Trigger HD remake, oh, so good. Like Final Fantasy VII, that'd be sick. Final Fantasy VI. I know a lot of people consider this to be one of the best games in the Final Fantasy series, and I can see why. Especially the soundtrack, the last of the 2D Final Fantasies, well, way to go out, and this is a 3-disc one. Here we go. Kingdom Hearts 1.5. So if you compare it to 2.5, let me see if I can see that. It is here. Yes, the 2.5 one's actually a bit bigger. Take the spine clothes off. So, yeah, kind of see this is the 2.5, and then this is the 1.5. So it's actually quite a lot more content in this one. I'll just show you. So 3 discs. That's the way it's presented. They're really nicely presented. I do have to say that about the Kingdom Hearts ones. The front. I can't remember if I showed you the front. That's what they look like on the inside. Akami. Now this isn't the It's not like say Final Fantasy VI that they're all the songs in the game. These are slight like arranged ones or remixes, and I'm not sure because I've tried to put in on Google, you know, like Akami remaster soundtrack, Akami remix soundtrack, and this artwork never comes up. So yeah, if you can speak Japanese, I'd be glad to know what they actually call it. And there's the track listing. Growlancer Generations. You got this if you got the deluxe edition, and I'm sure we'll be doing that in like a rare games thing because it came with like a watch, cards, a neck chain. Yeah, some really awesome but unique stuff in that one. Persona 4 Arena. This was a recent pickup I got with a game from Doncaster. And so that was a nice one to have to the collection. A brilliant PS4 game, well, the multiplayer game, but the game that I played on the PS4, very highly recommended, is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. 31 tracks on there. And another one that's just like a paper sleeve one is The Evil Within. So not many tracks, but still a nice thing to have. And the worst soundtrack that I have in the collection, without a doubt, but also it could be one of the rarest ones because you could only get it from one store in Japan, and that is the Square Enix cafe store called Artnia, and it is this. And I picked it up not knowing what it was, even though kind of looking at it now it's pretty self-explanatory, and it has 99 tracks. So I was like, ooh. Has 99 tracks, but then it says there, SE. Sound effects. 99 sound effects of chocobos. One of the best presented ones, I think, is The Last Story for the Wii. The artwork in this thing is awesome. Very simple, but I do really like it. And I'll just open this up, because it's actually got the artwork in there as well. And this is how it's done. So you can see the soundtrack. The soundtrack's in there with the artwork. Yeah. Considered one of the 3 best RPGs like on the console, along with Xenoblade Chronicles and Pandora's Tower. I can't remember what they called that when they're trying to get all those games released in America. I think it was like Project Rainbow or something like that. And yeah, we all got them in the end, so very, very happy that we got those. Dragon Quest 8. 30th anniversary of Dragon Quest. My favourite Dragon Quest game, Dragon Quest 8. And this one is the remastered version for the 3DS, not the original PS2 version. So I didn't really mind which one I had, but I just definitely wanted that soundtrack in the collection without a doubt. And my favourite Dragon Warrior game is Dragon Warrior Monsters. As we saw this one, I literally saw that and I was like, I know what game that is, picking that up, but I don't care how much it costs. Dragon Warrior Monsters. Pokemon and Dragon Warrior are on Game Boy and Game Boy Color. Down with those were the days. Grand Kingdom, now this is quite a funny story behind it. I got the collector's edition. It was meant to come with this soundtrack that had 15 songs in it, and I actually got sent the wrong one originally, because this one is Call to Arms. And then there was another one, and this was a thing across Europe that went wrong. And they gave me a CD with just 5 tracks, I think it was, rather than the full 15. Anyway, I messaged the company, can't remember what it is, whatever it was, and anyway, I got the official thing in the end. Yeah, so I need to do these 3 together, and that is Distant Worlds 1, 2, and 3, and they are the concerts of Final Fantasy music. So definitely 3 of my favourite CDs in the collection. I'm trying to remember at the top of my head which one, because yeah, some of the tracks are in English, the writing, some of the tracks are English writing, some of them aren't, so I'm trying to remember which one is my favourite. I've got a feeling the 3rd one is my favourite and the 2nd one's my least favourite, but all of them are still, you know, it's Final Fantasy, it's incredible. Going on with Final Fantasy, another collector's edition, which was Final Fantasy Type 0, and there is the Composer's Selection soundtrack for Final Fantasy Type 0. There's too many things around me right now. Star Ocean 5, Integrity and Faithlessness. There's the collector's edition and soundtracks there. Final Fantasy 13-2, composer selected soundtrack, just has 6 themes on it, which is Warrior Goddess, Ectros Champion, Full Speed Ahead, Historia Crux, Limit Break, and Yule's theme. Ectros Champion is godlike. So, yep. And then the last 2, which were from collector's editions, no, one of them was, one of them wasn't. Tales of Symphonia Chronicles, and this has the soundtrack to Tales of Symphonia Dawn: The New World. There's this one, and here's disc 2. And Tales of Graces. This is behind the scenes DVD with that one as well, and there's the soundtrack. That's one pile. We've got through one pile. Okay. Final Fantasy Explorers. I didn't really play on this game for long, but still nice to have the CD. Theorhythm, Final Fantasy Curtain Call. A hidden gem of the series. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you're into Final Fantasy and you've already got a 3DS and you're not sure and you think, oh, I don't think rhythm games would be my thing. I thought the same. I never really played rhythm games before. I played that, I absolutely loved it, and now I class it as one of my favourite games, weird enough, like kind of in the series. Another unique one, and I still don't understand why. This was a pickup from Japan, and this literally only cost me £1. And it's called Final Fantasy: The Second Best Collection, and it has 33 soundtracks and a total of 80 minutes of songs. And yes, some of them are just the songs from certain games, other ones are remasters or remixes. It has songs from Final Fantasy 1 all the way up to Final Fantasy 10. So yeah, I still don't know why that was so cheap. But, Final Fantasy, this is Final Fantasy Chocobo's Dungeon. Cool artwork, it's like done like a jigsaw. I don't know if that's something like as part of the game as a jigsaw thing, I'm not sure because I've never actually played the game. I have it but I haven't played it. Wii U, we've had Xenoblade Chronicles X, and one that I definitely wanted for the Wii U because I was so pissed off that I couldn't get the collector's edition, because you know what it's like for the Nintendo things, like the collector's items just go instantly if you're not on it, and I wasn't prepared to pay like the £200 that it was going for on Amazon and eBay, and that was Tokyo Mirage Sessions. So that was a definite pickup that I wanted to get separately from the collector's edition. Reincarnation, that theme song to this game is sick. That's like true anime stuff right there. Yeah. Dreamcast. Best soundtrack on Dreamcast. You know what this is. Shenmue, one of the most powerful video game soundtracks of all time to one of the most powerful games of all time. Shenmue 3, please have a soundtrack as good as Shenmue 1 and 2, because this was incredible. This is what made the journey for me so memorable, along with the storyline was the soundtrack. So please, more of that. Another 5-disc beast is Fire Emblem. There's Fire Emblem Awakening. I was going to say Fates, but no, it is Fire Emblem Awakening. I'm not taking it all out, but yeah, there you can see the 5 discs. Actually, all the Fire Emblem ones, I'll do them now, because some of the Fire Emblem ones are all massive. This is a 4-disc one, and this is Radiant Dawn. Personally, my favourite game in the series. Love the challenge of Radiant Dawn. And it's quite odd, because this one has all the tracks are in Japanese. Yeah, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, which is another 4-disc one. Japanese on the side, but the actual back of it, all the names of the tracks are actually in English, which is nice. Yeah, that was, I think, along with another one about to show, that's the biggest one without a doubt. And let me go on to that one now, which is Street Fighter 4. So not just Street Fighter 4, it's Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition 2012, and Ultra Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 4 Series Soundbox. So happy to have this thing. This goes for a lot of money. I say even in Japan it was expensive. You can actually see the amount of tracks on this, but I say it's got every single track from all of those games, so you can kind of see how crazy is that. Yeah, definitely pleased to have this one in the collection. Now, Chrono Trigger, this is the arrange album for Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. I think this was I got this off the Square Enix website. That's where I got that one. Some of the tracks, I think about half the tracks I really liked, and the other tracks I couldn't care less for. And that wasn't just like, oh, I only like the ones from Chrono Trigger. No, it was a mixture from both games. But once you hear this game with vocals, like now I'll listen to Corridors of Time, which is my favourite song from Chrono Trigger, and after hearing the vocals, I'm like, get the vocals out of my head. Legend of Zelda coming up. This was a pre-order bonus for Ocarina of Time 3DS, and that is Ocarina of Time. The best Zelda game. Breath of the Wild, you're amazing, but still my favourite. And wow, the soundtrack, it's up there with, you know, Chrono Trigger and Shenmue for how powerful this soundtrack was. Absolutely incredible. Majora's Mask. Incredible game, incredible soundtrack. Personal favourites are Songs of Healing and Astral Observatory. They were cool. And another pre-order bonus. No, actually no, it wasn't a pre-order bonus. This actually came with the collector's edition for Twilight Princess HD on the Wii U. Twilight Princess. And the last one, we are there. I've gone through that quite quick, as I wanted to not make it too long. And that is Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, and that is a selection of themes from the game. That was a pre-order bonus. I think if you get both games, yeah, the game for the 3DS and for the Wii U. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching me go through all the soundtracks I have. I told you I had a lot. Sorry if I had to rush on some and not others, but there was so many to get through, and I just wanted to get it done in one video. But yeah, I hope you liked it, and I will see you guys soon.